In our today's lesson, we would learn how to use an adverb and also what is an adverb first of all. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I would suggest you to watch them first because everything is in a sequence. Now, before this video, I created another video which is on verb. Now, if you don't know what a verb is, or if you don't understand different categories or different rules and regulations about verb, then it would be excuse me, it would be difficult for you to understand how to use an adverb in a sentence. Okay, so the best thing is to watch them from the beginning and watch them in a sequence. Okay, let's look at the definition of the adverb. Sorry for that. Adverb modifies or adds more meaning to the meaning of a verb, adjective or another adverb. In simple, an adverb tells us, let me choose a pencil. An adverb tells us more about a verb, an adjective or another adverb. So basically, as its name is clear, so it is add and then verb. Okay, so this is the most common use of an adverb. It adds, so this add should be taken as ADD, which means addition. So adverb means a word that adds more meaning to a verb. Okay, so a word that adds more meaning to a verb is an adverb. So this is obviously, this is one use. An adverb obviously modifies a verb, but it also modifies an adjective, but that is very rare. I mean, or an adverb, it is majorly used to add more meanings to a verb. So let's look at the examples. Slowly and quickly, for example, these are the two words which is very easily understood, and they are very commonly used. Most adverbs end in ly. You remember the word most, not all of them, but that is not a universal truth. Some adverbs like never, seldom, often do not end in ly. So when you are in school, you are taught that ly words are adverbs. That's fine, but because at that time children are not exposed to the complicated or complex concepts, so that's why they are just given smaller bits and easier bits. But as I said, not every adverb ends in ly. We will have a look at some more examples, but try to understand that ly words are not every ly word. Most of the ly words are adverbs, but some which do not end in ly are also adverbs. Why I'm repeating this? Because this is very important. People try to find ly words in the text when they are trying to find let's say word choices for GCSE and functional skills English. They have to sometimes analyze adverbs, adjectives, nouns, different types of nouns, similes and metaphors to analyze language. So they are looking for ly words if they have to choose adverbs. So make sure you do not only look for those words. You should look for other words, so which are still adverbs but not end in ly. Kinds of adverbs. These are the most commonly used kinds of adverbs. Number one is adverb of degree, which is nearly, quite, adverb of manner, and adverb of place. So these are some of the most commonly used adverbs. Adverb of time as well. Adverb of interrogation and adverbial. Okay, let me now explain things to you. So I would come back to adverbial in a minute, but adverb of degree. So if a word tells us how often a verb is happening, or how much it has happened, then it's an adverb of degree. For example, it is quite clear. So what is it? It's quite clear. Okay, we nearly missed the train. So missed is a verb. So by what degree we missed the train? Nearly missed the train. So that's why it shows the degree to to the extent a verb or action is happening. Adverb of manner, slowly. Manner means method. Slowly, bitterly. So for example, he is writing. Yeah, so do you know how he's writing? No, he's writing slowly. Okay, this tastes bitterly. He spoke bitterly. Adverb of place tells us about the place. Here, there, come here. Okay, so see that, come here. If I say come, you don't understand, but if I say come here, you exactly know where to go. And the word here mentions the action of come. So that's why it is adverb. So all of these categories, all of these things apply to an adverb, and they tell us more about a verb in general. Okay, obviously it also tells us about an adjective and another adverb. Adverb of time is daily, yesterday. So for example, I saw my teacher yesterday. So what happened yesterday? You saw, you could see that. So for example, this is the verb, and I would write SAW. I saw my teacher yesterday. So if somebody asks you, what did you do yesterday? And then it comes back to this verb. Okay, so that means the word yesterday tells us about this action. When was this action carried out? Okay, so this is time. Now if the word tells us that this action was carried out in a certain space or place, then that would be adverb of place. If a word tells us the method or the manner of this action, then that would be the adverb of manner. Okay, and if a word tells us about how much or to what extent this was done, then that would be extent of degree, sorry, adverb of degree. Okay, and the last interrogation, why, where. So if a word tells us why this action was taken, then that would be, or where this action was taken, then that would be the action of adverb of interrogation. So these are some of the uses or some of the different categories of adverb, but the most common are adverb of time, place and manner, B, C and D. Now there is another thing which is called adverbial. Okay, so adverbial is this: last week I went to Cornwall. An adverbial is a word or group of words that acts or functions like an adverb. Now try to understand this thing. An adverb is only one word, okay, and mostly ly or sometimes no ly. Okay, if it is more than one word, okay, so this is 1, 2, 3 words, then it is an adverbial. Okay, so last week, look at this thing, this is a phrase now. So this whole thing, this whole phrase is an adverbial. Or sometimes we use a word which is not classically an adverb, but it acts like an adverb, so that is called adverbial. Okay, so last week, so for example you could say after the meeting. Now after the meeting tells us when something will happen. So for example, after the meeting we spoke to each other. So if I say, when did you speak to each other? After the meeting. Okay, so because the question is on speaking, so what time the speaking is done? After the meeting. So that shows that this after the meeting explains more about the action of speaking, so that's why it's an adverb. Right, if we have more than one adverbs in a sentence, then we need to put them in a right order. If we have adverbs of more than one kind in a sentence, the following order is followed while writing in a sentence. For example, adverb of manner, place and time. So for example, this is the sentence: he did well at the annual sports this year. So adverb of manner would tell you about how something is happening. Now if you have a word in a sentence which answers how, that would be the adverb of manner. If you have a word in a sentence that answers where, that would be the adverb of place. It could be one word, it could be two words. If you have a word or words in a sentence that can answer when, then that's adverb of time. So for example, if you have more than one adverbs in a sentence, this is the order that they should come. First one should be the manner, then place, then time. Look at this sentence. He did well. So ask yourself, how did he do? Okay, so he did how did he do? So you would answer he did well. At the annual sports, okay, what was the occasion, or where was it? Okay, at the annual sports. And what was the time? It was when. Okay, so for example, he did well at the annual sports this year. Now what I do is I leave this space empty and try to create a question. He did something at the annual sport. How did he do at the annual sports? Okay, so how means this is the adverb of manner, so right place. He did well at something this year. Okay, so we know that he did well, we know that he did well this year, but what was the where was it? Okay, where? So that answers where. Okay, so he did well at the annual sports. So we have how did he do, where did he do, but we don't have the information for time, so that is the answer to when. So when did he do well? This year. Okay, where did he do well? Annual sports. How did he do? He did well. Okay, you understand that? Now I tell my students always, let's say if you are unable to find or locate an adverb, ask yourself how, where, when. So any word that answers to these words, these questions, would be the adverb. Don't worry about whether it's manner, place or time, just say this is the adverb. Okay, so for example, you ask yourself how, any word that answers to how or where or when would be the adverb. Okay, so this is how you try to locate things when adverbs, when you are doing language analysis, if you have to find adverbs. Okay, I hope you understand this and you learned something useful today. I wish you all the best. If you have any questions, you can ask me. All right, thank you very much. Bye.